Okay, so vibe coding, the process of giving an AI model some instructions and it creates some code for you to use in some way, shape or form. Now the good news is you don't need to want to be the next SaaS founder to do this. You can use it to automate your current workflow, and that is what we're going to be looking at now. It's here to stay. So I think whether you're sort of experienced in coding or completely new, I think the fact that using AI to help write code is here to stay, so we may as well embrace it, basically. So what we're going to be looking at is creating automations for AutoCAD. Now I am an AutoCAD user, I use it all the time, and sort of a couple of examples where we've got varying complexities. One of them is going to show you what it is, and then the other one is going to run through the example briefly, and hopefully you can apply this to your own AutoCAD projects, because it just saves time when you're creating drawings all the time. So the one we're using is to do with hatching an object that you want. So we've got our square on the left, and what we want to do, we want to sort of create a hatch boundary around it. So we need to offset it, and let's offset it 0.15 because we are using meters, and then we need to hatch it. There we go. I mean, it doesn't take that long, obviously, but that's hatching that. So we've got an automation here. Select it there, and we just do that. If you're hatching a lot of objects, that's going to save you quite a bit of time. It's just an example really of what you can do. So let's look at how this works, because anybody can do this. You don't have to be a programmer to do this. You just need to know what you want AutoCAD to do for you. Now, the reason I'm doing this like this is because this is done in a program language called AutoLisp, which is AutoCAD's own version of the Lisp programming language. It allows you to define functions that automate things. I'm not a user of it at all. If you've watched any of the videos, I do some other bits and pieces, but not this, which is why I'm using this as this example, because this is exactly how I did it using AI. So here we go. So this particular version, if we open up the code, this is VS Studio Code. So if you are a programmer, you'll be used to this. If you're not a programmer, you don't need to do this. You can just use it in Notepad or something and then just save it as a .lsp file. So this one's called chamber walls because that's what we use it for, hatching chamber walls. And this is the code. Now, AI will write all this for you. You don't have to write any of this. It does help you understand what it's going to do. The reason I've done it like this is because I don't really understand the syntax. I can read it, but to type it, I wouldn't. I'd get lost, to be honest. So that's why I'm doing this all with AI. I can read it, I understand what it's doing. I don't particularly want to learn every little bit of syntax on AutoLisp because I have enough going on, which is why I'm doing it with AI. So basically what we're doing, we're just selecting an object and we are offsetting it 0.15. We can actually ask AI to change that, so it'll give us some options, or we can type in the offset, but our standard is 0.15, so that's how we're doing it. And then we're just hatching it with our standard hatch pattern. We've got the scale, the angle and everything else. Again, we can change all those options there to get our hatch how we want it. And then basically we are getting the hatch entity that we've created and we are putting it on the same layer as the object that we have hatched it from. So that's what this does. It's obviously a dead simple task, but you can do more complicated stuff, which I'm going to come on to at the end, so stick around for that. I'll show you something that's much more complicated that I also do as an automation. So how do you create this? You want to use, I use ChatGPT, you could use Claude, and obviously there's others, but they're kind of the two best ones I've come across. And basically all I did, I put that prompt into ChatGPT. We're on AutoLisp script that creates an offset and then hatch it and put it on the same layer. Now, I found that in the first instance there was a few errors, although there has been a couple of ChatGPT update models since I've actually did this, so it might be improved now. But there were some errors, and it's quite a long chat, but it keeps adding some fixes and some updates every time I got an error just to get it doing what I wanted. But this is not a bad thing, because once you read through it, you start to learn more about what the code is actually doing, and therefore you can then point the model in sort of the right direction as to what you actually want it to do. But ultimately we ended up with the finalized version I'll just scroll the way down to the bottom, which is the one we are using, and I use it every day. So really, if you want to create an automation, just know what you want it to do, put it into ChatGPT, and then it will start creating it for you, and then just go back to it with the errors and it'll correct them for you. I will put this for you to be able to download and try yourself. So this will be on GitHub. So if you're not a programmer, there's a site that programmers use for sharing code called GitHub. I'll share the link in the comments down below, and you can go onto GitHub, copy and paste this, create an LSP file, and then you load it into AutoCAD, which I'm going to show you now. So I've got a ribbon along the top because I've got a few of these automations. If you just want to load one automation, if you just type in upload into the and then navigate to wherever you've stored your LSP file. I've got a few here, look, and then just select the file and load it. So we are chamber walls and load, and it'll ask you if it's loaded successfully. Close. Right. You may get a message saying, do you want to load this all the time or just the once, I think. So just choose whichever you want, and then to use it, it will then be an option there, and then we can just, I'll do that again, which is, there we go. It'll just be an option again. You just type in the name of the Lisp file that has been loaded, and then you can just use it like that, and then obviously press the space bar so you can keep using it again and again, so you don't have to keep typing it in every time. So that is how you load a file. So basically take the code that you create with AI, save it as a .lsp file. You can just do that in Notepad. You do not need to necessarily do it in VS Code or any other programming setup. Just take the code that is created by AI, or this one if you want to use this one, obviously. Create a file in Notepad, save it as a .lsp, and then you can then load that into AutoCAD using the method I just showed you, and then creating the ribbon along the top. I will do a separate video on that, so if you want many automations, you can just use them as buttons along the top. I will do that as a separate video, so look out for that. That one's going to be coming pretty soon. So that is a dead simple automation, and then we've got some more here. I'll just maybe just draw a polyline and then say, for instance, we want to just add some text to a polyline. There we go. Just another simple one. Just again, it just saves so much time. And then we've got some text down here and it's in the wrong place, and we just want to add it, rotate it to that polyline. We've set it up so it will rotate and be parallel to the polyline. There's a few to do, but I want to show you which was a bit more complicated. We've got one here called import GPR. So if we just start a new drawing, so this is ground penetrating radar from some different proprietary software, and we're just importing the ground penetrating radar data into CAD. Now obviously the proprietary software does supply a way of doing this, but it's an additional add-on, so I've just programmed my own automation to do it separately because that's obviously free. So again, we just click open and it just imports, as you can see, quite a lot of information. You can see it scrolling through there, stuff that's been collected with the radar, and then it comes in, and that's what we've got, a load of lines and some text. So, and the file that is reading, so that is reading this file, which again, you're probably not interested in, but just an example, it's reading the information on this line and creating all those lines and text objects in CAD from that. Basically, this is what gets exported from the GPR software, and we're importing it into CAD so we can use in our projects. So that is it really. So like I say, I will put the link for that one on GitHub, but whatever you want to automate in CAD, go to ChatGPT, type in your prompt, and then work away, let it think, go away and test it. You will have to come back and it will have to overcome some errors, but it's really dead simple to do. So vibe coding, gets a bad rap, but for stuff like this, I mean, if you're building a full-on SaaS project without actually knowing what you're doing, I do not recommend that. I think it's a terrible idea. But if you're building automations into stuff that you already do, it's a brilliant way of doing it. And say it means I don't have to learn AutoLisp. I don't want to learn AutoLisp. I want to be able to read it, but I don't want to necessarily be able to type it and know all of the syntax. As long as I know what it's doing when I look at it, that's good enough for me for what I need it for. So this is a perfect example of where vibe coding and using ChatGPT and AI models for creating code is a good idea. So hopefully that's helpful. Hope if you're new to the channel, there's going to be more of this sort of stuff coming up. So please stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching the video, and I will see you next time.